squad. Yee! The POP is strong. Power of positivity will get you through anything as long as you believe in it. Alright, squad. So, I talked in my last video about just saying thanks for everything. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Robert Gibbs, also known as Raging Robert. I was on the Dr. Phil show many years ago, coming up on the 8-year anniversary in March. So I'll be doing a video about that next month. But just to catch you guys up on current events, I've been again seeing my therapist, doing what I need to do there, working on the tough emotional stuff that I've either blocked or wasn't trying to deal with. So I kind of just put it off to the side and buried those emotions. And now that they're coming up again, I'm working through them process by process. But this video is to introduce people to who I was, why I have a following here on YouTube, and why people know me for being on the Dr. Phil show. So I'm going to start off by showing a clip of my original video. Then I'm going to talk about that a little bit. And then I'm going to proceed to show you my other 2 clips that I have already downloaded from my 2 episodes of the Dr. Phil show. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing in today's video. It's kind of just like a look back, so that I know where I've been, and I know where I can get, and I know how, just so that I can kind of reminisce about kind of where I was at, where I'm at now, and going forward. I have to be able to look at the past as something that is the past. It's in the past. I can't do anything about the past. I can be proactive in my future every day, working towards a better day tomorrow. So that's basically what this video is going to be about. It's going to be about looking back in the past to see who I once was, who I am today, and who I'm going to be in the future. So I'm going to call this video Past, Present, Future. Alright, squad. So this first clip we're going to look at is my original video. It is basically me just asking and pleading for help. I'm not going to show too much of it, but you guys will be able to see where I was at then, where I'm at now. And yeah. So I'll talk about that in a second after we look at that part. Alright, see you in a second, guys. Hi, my name's Robert. I'm 23 years old. I weigh about anywhere between 600 and 700 or more pounds. 23. Today's March 1st, 2012. My birthday's tomorrow. Alright, squad. So, you guys just seen that video. You guys could obviously see that I wasn't really able to do anything. That video was literally shot the day before my birthday in 2012. I was feeling very hopeless, very down on myself, feeling kind of like I was not that long ago. But the difference in that is that since that video has been made, I have gained a lot of confidence in myself, and I know that as long as I work hard and stay diligent in what I need to do, I'll see results. And those results can be many things outside of the scale. What I've always been taught, especially after Wellspring and everything, you have to look for non-scale victories. Non-scale victories, what I mean by that is every week your weight is not going to go down, okay? It could, but it could also go up. Just to be looking at other victories outside of the scale. When you're around food that used to be very tempting to you and you completely just push it away, like, no, I don't want any of that, walk away from it and do your own thing, that's a non-scale victory. That is a victory being like, no, I was able to resist my temptations. And that is a huge thing, because with food addiction, it's just like any other addiction. It's like when it's there, it's more prevalent and you're just like enticed and you just want it. So it's like working on those things is super important. Another non-scale victory buying smaller clothes and actually fitting in them and feeling comfortable in them. That was another thing. Um, I guess another one for me um, is actually talking to people. Because I can get on here and I can make a video, but because I'm talking to my phone, essentially. And there's not really anybody around or anything like that. So I don't have a problem doing that. But in public, I'm I have a very hard time talking to people that I don't know in public. Like, I'm not somebody who can just walk up to a random person, be like, hello, like, hi, how are you? I'm Robert. Like, I can't do that. I mean, I can do that, but it's like it gives me a lot of anxiety. So it's like, those are things that I've had to work on, being able to talk to people in public when I wasn't comfortable. So that is another non-scale victory for me. Another victory is, for me, is just being able to connect to people in general, because I used to shut everybody out because I didn't want anybody in my life. And the reason I say that is because I was so worried about people judging me or how they were seeing me or how I looked in their eyes that I just was completely shut off to the world. I didn't want anybody to see me. I didn't want to be part of the world. I didn't want to make videos, and I didn't want to do anything. So me making that original video was a huge step asking for help, okay? That is such a huge thing, because so many people don't know how to ask for help. They just feel like a burden. They don't want to seem like they're a crybaby, or that that they need help, that they're vulnerable. And that was a huge thing for me to do back then. And it took me a while to feel confident enough to keep doing that. That's why even when I went to Wellspring, I wasn't uploading very regularly at first until later on. And then I was like, all right, I got this. People care about me and all this other stuff. It built my confidence, which ultimately led to me being able to talk to you guys just like I am now, like you guys are my friends and everything else like that, because that's what I consider you guys as. You guys are my family. You guys are my online community. You guys mean a lot to me. And that's one of the reasons why it was so hard for me to make that video a couple videos back, talking about that stuff, because like when I let myself down, like I know that I'm letting myself down, but I also feel like I'm letting you guys down. And I'm just being honest with you guys. Like I'm not beating myself about it right now, but that's how I felt in the past. If you guys can obviously tell, I'm actually getting through this video without tearing up or getting emotional or anything like that. And that's because I am getting to a better place right now. And I just feel more like the person who I was when I started doing my journey this last time. So looking back on the past and seeing where I was at then and seeing where I'm at now, I know that I've grown as a person. I'm more patient as a person now. Especially with myself, and, like, I don't know, I don't try and judge people as much as I used to before, like, because I don't want to be judged, so I don't judge people, and I think a lot of that has to do with my faith. We're taught basically to love everyone, regardless of what they're doing, regardless of their sin, regardless of all of that, and to try to understand rather than judge. So it's like that's where I'm coming from now, is a place of acceptance. It's like this is where I'm at right now. I've accepted that I have mental issues that I have to work on. I'm actively working on them. I've also accepted the fact that I have to be in control of myself 100% of the time. When I let myself get too far down, like, it will perpetuate me to keep staying in that low vibration. Like, I won't. It's very easy. What I mean to say is, it's very easy when you get depressed to stay in that depression because you don't want to do anything. So essentially, you have to start doing things that make you feel good about yourself, so that you can try to pull yourself out of that depression before it becomes crippling, because I know how that feels. I know how it feels to just feel so alone and to be at a point where you just don't think you can claw your way out anymore. then you just want to stop. And most of the time, with me at least, if I'm able to start cheering myself up before I get super depressed, I'm able to kind of like brush it off and process it and move on from it rather than hold it in and just self internalize all those feelings. So, yeah. And I guess getting on to the next video, which has been the Dr. Phil Show video. So I'm going to show you this first Dr. Phil Show video. This was filmed, I shot my first video asking for help on March 1st. On March 12th, we recorded this. So 11 days later. Yeah, so that's what you guys are about to see right now. All right, squad. See you in a second. Tried forever is what it feels like.
So you feel like you've tried to stop it, but yet you continued to make choices that got you bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, Robert says he weighs between 650 and 700 pounds, but has not stepped on a scale since he was 18 years old, so it'd be 5 years ago. So before the show, we weighed Robert on an industrial scale that was delivered here to the stage and calibrated, and Robert now weighs 756 pounds. Were you surprised that it had gotten that high?
Yes, I was surprised that it had gotten that high. Yeah, I was thinking 650 to 700, not almost 800.
Yeah. Big jump, right?
Yeah.
At 13 years of age, you were 453 pounds. Have you looked and seen your life going by? Tell me reality from your point of view.
Feels like I've never had a life.
What do you miss the most? What do you want the most?
I just miss being able to ride a bike and play basketball with my friends and going out and being active, being able to go walk somewhere. Yeah. And what I want to be able to do, I want to be here for my family. I want to be able to have a family of my own one day.
Tell me about the loneliness in your life.
I mean, I have my family and they're there for me, but they don't know how trapped you feel within yourself. And it just feels like everything's working against you, including yourself.
Do you really believe that you can have a normal life and a normal body and a normal health?
Yeah. I know I can, because I've been through the worst part of my life so far.
What do you mean by that?
Not having a life at all. Just watching the years slip by, and I have been saying since I was 21 that I need to lose this weight, and my 23rd birthday came around, and I just tired of living like this. All right. So that video was shot March 12th, 2012. I went on there. I was in the background. They weighed me on the scale and everything else like that. I felt very out of place. I was around a bunch of people I did not know. And then they wheeled me out on a gurney and they helped me stand up, walk over to the couch, and sit down. And I was having trouble even looking over at Dr. Phil because of my size. It was very nerve-wracking to be the center of attention like that, especially for a show, because I knew that eventually it was going to get national attention and everything else like that. But it was very nerve-wracking just having all those eyes directly on you, and you're kind of not really doing it. And there's actually parts of that episode that, because I don't know if you guys actually saw my original episode or not, but that is not the entirety of the entire interview that I did with Dr. Phil. There's lots of things that are cut out, and it kind of is put together in a way to kind of make my mom look like the bad guy. So that's one of the reasons why I don't really like talking about my time on the Dr. Phil show. Yes, he helped open a door to get me into Wellspring, but essentially Wellspring was the one that did all of the things that helped me. I have talked to Dr. Phil a grand total of 3 times in my life. It's not like we stayed on a regular basis of talking or anything else like that. Didn't really keep himself updated or anything like that, and neither did the show, unfortunately. I'm just telling you guys the honest truth here. I went into the Dr. Phil show, did that on the 12th. I was there for a couple of months. I think I had just lost like my first like 70 pounds, 80 pounds. And it was right after I got off of bed rest. So I want to say that it was, I got there in March. So April, May, June. I guess it would say it was like June or something like that. No, when was it? I'm trying to think. Sorry, guys. Yeah, well, it was a while before my my actual episode for the Dr. Phil show aired, and before it aired, or after it aired or something like that, he ended up calling and I talked to him on the phone, and they did a phone interview with me. I don't know if it was for the website or what it was for, but that was the second time I talked to him, and then I didn't hear from him again. And then it was months down the road after I had already lost like 200 pounds or whatever. I was down to about 560 pounds. That I got pulled into one of the offices for one of the higher people at Wellspring, and they said, "Hey, the Dr. Phil show called. They want to do an update." I was like, "Okay." They said they're gonna come out and film on this day, and then I was like, "Okay." They're like, "Pick some of your friends to be in the video with you, as long as they say it's okay. We're gonna record, and then within the next couple of days, you'll be going out there." I was like, "Cool, that sounds awesome." And that's how that went. And there's a clip of all of that I'll show you, and I guess I'll just show it to you now. All right, here you go.
What's up, my friend?
How you doing?
Really good. Good to see you, man. Well, I am glad to see less of you.
Me too.
Yeah. Tell me how this has changed.
I actually like going out and playing sports with all my friends there at Wellspring. I like the food. It's all normal food that you can get at any store.
Well, before we talk more about this, let's take a look at Robert's weight loss journey at Wellspring Academy. This Wellspring program is the best of the best. We're taking you out of the game. You're not going home.
As soon as Dr. Phil said we're going to send you to Wellspring Academy, I was ecstatic because I either needed to lose weight or I was going to die. When I came here, I had some obstacles. I got a skin infection. It was really depressing because I wasn't able to do anything. I was immobilized for, I think, 2 to 3 weeks straight. I just really wanted to get started. Once I finally got off of bed rest and I was able to start moving again, it was the best. When I arrived at Wellspring, I was the biggest person ever admitted here. Today, I've lost over 200 pounds. I find myself needing my wheelchair less and less. This is the shirt that I wore on Dr. Phil. It's an 8X, and it fits me like a dress now, and it will fit right over my t-shirt that I'm wearing now, which is a 5 or 6X. It's a good thing, but it's also sad that I was actually that big. Should we use another pan so we can start the vegetables now? Obviously, food is different now to me. Quality of the food is more important than it was before.
And forward.
It was hard working out when I first got here. I was frustrated with myself because it's hard to motivate yourself to exercise.
Stretch it back out.
My confidence has risen tremendously. Like, I still have a long journey ahead of me, but this train ain't stopping anywhere soon. All right, so you guys just saw the clip of everything they did at Wellspring, me actually working out, actually giving an interview and talking and doing all these other things. Um, and that was awesome because then after that, I mean, obviously you guys just seen, but I went out to LA and I was actually in LA for the Dr. Phil show. I was actually able to get out and go explore LA. I was able to bring one of my friends from Wellspring with me, and then one of our other friends that lived in LA who had left Wellspring was out there. We met up with him. All three of us went down. We ended up going to get food. We got some alcohol because we were all of age to drink. So we got some alcohol, some sake, some stuff. I'm just being completely honest with you guys. It had been a while, and one of my friends was from Canada, and he's like, man, let's go get some weed. I was like, that sounds cool to me. We found some random dude on a corner. He sold us some weed that was not very good, but none of us had smoked in months. So we went and smoked that and went back to the room, and I had credit on my room from the Dr. Phil show. Like, they gave me, like, I think it was like $75 in room service credit or something like that. Use that to buy me and my friends food. And then we all just crashed for the night. And then the next day I went to the Dr. Phil show, which is the scene you guys just saw with me walking out and everything. So that's basically my entirety. Going forward, that is not actually the lowest I have been. When I was on the camera, the lowest I've been was actually about 8 months ago. I got down to about 460 pounds. Actually, no. Oh, no. Was it that? I can't remember right now. I think that was the lowest I've been in a really long time. Is 460. I don't know why I keep thinking that. Oh no, that was 523. But yeah. So I guess the lowest I've gotten down to within the past 10 years was 460. And going forward with this next leg of the journey, I'm still kind of up in the air about what I'm planning on doing diet-wise or lifestyle-wise, because the two things that have helped me the most over the past 2 years was whole food plant-based or vegan. I did vegan for 8 months. I did okay on that. I think I lost about 70 pounds. And then, I don't know, like I was eating a lot of carbs and like, I just plateaued, and it just didn't seem like I was losing, even when I was bringing my calories down and like doing different things. It just didn't seem to be working. So at that point, I kind of hopped off of the keto thing, went back to eating meat, gained some weight back for a second, and then started doing keto. And keto is essentially what led me down to 460 pounds. And I felt really good doing keto. I was actually able going out there and I was increasing my amount of exercise I was able to do, and I had a lot of energy. Not to mention the fact, because I have so much excess fat stores on me, it makes sense for me to be using those fat cells as energy rather than carbs. So that's kind of why I look at the keto diet. But everybody's been kind of up in the air about the different diets, and it's like, with me, it's like, I know that regardless, as long as I stay diligent and I'm actually sticking to the lifestyle change that I am making, I will see I'll see results from the effort I put out. That's basically what's going to be happening in the next couple of days. I'm still getting together everything I want to do, but I am 90% sure. So, yeah, I'm 90% sure it's most likely going to be keto. Again, it's going to be very lean proteins like turkey, chicken. Occasionally, I'll have some higher fat stuff like steak and stuff like that. But to accompany this, I'll also be eating avocados to get the higher fat content that I need to be burning the excess fat that I have on me as well already. Also, that's like staying away from all processed food. And I when I'm doing keto, I'm not going out there and looking for keto friendly bars and cereals and stuff that I can eat like that. I kind of keep it very straightforward. I will eat salads that are lower in carbs, so I'll basically keep it straight to romaine lettuce. I will have like maybe one tomato cut up in that with maybe some onion. It all just depends, and I'm counting all of these. I don't do net carbs just because I don't really think that it's a very slippery slope when you start counting net carbs to eliminate things. And net carbs basically means the amount of carbs it says is in one thing. You deduct the amount of fiber that is in it from that, and that is your net carb total for that one thing. So if something says it has 10 carbs and it has 6 grams of fiber, then the net carbs on that would be 4. See, I can't do that because I know it's a very slippery slope for me, and it's like once I start allotting myself different things that I can eat or just snack on, my brain works in a way where it's like, well, you already said as long as it's in moderation. It's like, no, you need to stop. I need to stop thinking like that, because when I start thinking like that, that is when I start going downhill. I start going down slopes and stuff like that, and that's what I need to get around. So, personally, that's probably what I'm going to be doing. I wanted to update you guys on all that because you guys are a big part of this journey to come along with me. Now, I'm not an expert on any of these things, but essentially, in the morning, I'll be eating eggs with avocado, maybe some cheese. For dinner and lunch, it'll probably be a piece of lean, boneless, skinless chicken breast with more avocado and a salad. And the way I make my dressing is I honestly just make like a guacamole. I take the avocado, I smash that down, add tomato and onion, and what's it called? Use that as the dressing for my salad. That's basically what I do, and I will be showing some of that once I start doing it again. But right now, I'm just getting everything like down packed on what I want to have in my actual eating regimen. So you guys will see those videos soon as well, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it's a little bit longer than the normal ones that I've been putting out, so all right, squad, I will see you guys in the next video. If you guys want to add me on any of my social media, it will be down in the description box below. If you guys are new here and you guys want to be a part of the Rob Squad, and the POP, the power of positivity, hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notification little bell that's right down there to get all my videos as I upload them so you don't miss a single video. All right, squad, I'll see you in the next one. Peace!